All right, we had to pause for the cause, but we back. Part two of the birthday bash. Yut.
Er?
But what you? Come on, man. Stop being a dick. It's my fucking cow. Anyway, between you and Jeremy, what y'all have before we go on outside? Outside this
before we
military shit?
transition to the next
I'm
topics,
talking to the mic for.
before we transition to the next topics, I just wanted to kind of piggyback off of what we was talking about before. You know, that transition emotionally, mentally. You know, it's been a bad month for me, I could say. You know, but I'm getting through it. I just wanted to say that transition from being, you know, a Marine to being a civilian, not only a civilian, but let me get my adjustment. Oh, okay. Not only being a civilian, but being a black civilian.
Go ahead, keep on talking. You
Okay.
can talk, you keep on going.
All right.
It's just weird. You got a nigga hand all in your face.
Hey, this what fucking producers just do, man. Shit.
Off the camera.
Yeah, so hey, fucking doing this shit, man. Goddamn. Go ahead, talk. Y'all learn.
Give me anxiety, Joe.
Hey, all right, hey, well,
Keep
talk.
going. Don't
That's
stop.
what I'm saying. Keep going. You should fucking know.
Hey, stop. I see. I know my hands all in your face.
I ain't tell you to stop. You should fucking know
Think
even
it
more than
smell like
anything. You a fucking Marine. You should fucking goddamn know. Hey, keep going, dude. I ain't tell you to stop, so go ahead. I'm gonna fix it while we going. Go ahead. But anyway,
No doubt.
it's a fact, man. Go ahead, man. But
I was just saying that mental adjustment coming out of the Marine Corps, coming back to Cleveland, Ohio specifically, you know, it's not the best place to be. And like I said, I've been going through a few things these last couple of months, probably the last year or so, and it's just been hard to feel like I'm a veteran just because of the way I've been treated by the system, you know, not only by the system, but by, you know, the workforce outside of, you know, everything else going on. It's just that adjustment, it was a big adjustment for me, I could say, and that's been one of my biggest things that have hindered me, you know.
and with that I say, man, but I mean it's a new kind of a new era now because I mean I've been on since '06 or whatever,
Mhm.
so I mean that's 13 years removed.
Yeah.
But I mean, me too. I mean, I didn't feel like nobody wanted to hire me because I just always kept my communication, even though I was only 18 when I went in. But like always, I know I always got a job at Auto Treaters or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like so, I mean, even though it don't pay shit, but it got me when I moved back from when I lived in Virginia when I moved back. Because I moved back here for a minute. I did unemployment, blah blah blah. Then I went to a doggone temp agency and fuck that. They was trying to have me put handles on buckets for 12 hours.
Yeah.
I ain't saying it's beneath me, but for me, fuck
Yeah,
it.
for
I
sure.
said it is. It's
Being
beneath
where
me.
you come, being where
Not
you come
where I
from,
come from.
it
I'm
is.
like, nah, dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I ain't pressing hard for that. But with that be said, like when I went to Virginia, I worked at a spot called Rockydale. It was a rock quarry and shit.
Mhm.
Don't know shit about rock quarries and all that stuff, but it was in Roanoke. And but I got that job. Actually, me and a buddy went together. And I'm not a fan of going to get a job, but it was 30 minutes out, so we both went together and both applied.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But we both had to do it was like it's an open interview, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so the guy is military, or that owner, if it was a private owner, is military friendly, so I got that gig, you know what I'm saying? So it's a Monday through Friday. You know what I'm saying? You get 5 years. I mean, excuse me, 5 years. You get 5 hours overtime off top, so you're doing 45 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? Off the weekend, and so that was cool. You know what I'm saying? But so I mean, I don't know. I didn't have a hard time finding jobs, but it's just about what you want to do. I would say, but it's resources. Like even me, I can show you, like, cause I didn't learn. I didn't got plugs throughout the years, especially working at the VA now. I didn't got plugs throughout the years to where how it go, and I have guys that work for the government as well, and that did like do my homeboy Xavier did my resume.
Yeah.
He like a career coach or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he did my resume a couple of years back. So it's different ways of what you're
Do
looking
you
for.
think it's
what you wanna
different
do.
being a black veteran?
See,
versus,
I don't think so. I think it's, I don't know, man. I just think it's because
where I gotta disagree
that's
with
what
you,
he was
Joe.
saying. See, I don't
Yeah.
see me. I don't think
It's a
so. I
difference.
never. That goes back to last. I mean, I'm gonna let you talk, but
Okay.
that goes back to Damn, was it me? Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
was
think it's
last
me and you
week.
last
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Well, that goes back to say I never saw that that much, that prejudice or whatever,
Yeah.
So I don't see it. So I cannot speak for you. You know what I'm
For
saying? Like,
sure.
so I mean,
Yeah.
your lifestyle or not
Uh-huh.
lifestyle, but how you're doing it.
Yeah, my
You know
journey.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
My
your
journey.
your
So
journey.
why do you feel that
Your
way?
lane is different. So
Yeah.
go ahead. How do you feel that way? Why you feel that way? Go ahead.
Why do I
the
feel
floor.
that way? Specifically just because it's not really recognized, because unless they really ask you and unless you really tell them, they don't really know. They just see a black face, And every time I've come in front of a judge, the stuff that I've been through for the past
Good
2
for you.
years, every time I've came in front of a judge, they don't recognize that shit.
She said, "Good for you."
She told me last time I went to court, my lawyer told her I was in the Marine Corps and I was in the military. She said, "Congratulations, but
Blah blah blah.
blase, 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 blase."
We
Like,
can talk.
Yeah, we talk that off the air type stuff. So
that's fine.
it's like, have I felt like a veteran since I got out? Probably not, And it's not about the job thing. It's not about really getting employment because, my first job when I got out, I worked at the Q.
Right.
I worked probably 2 months, in the back before they put me out there like, yo, you're a Marine? Let me put you out there. I was on the court doing security, every
fuck.
time out.
I'm still trying to get to. God damn it, not to bring it lightly, but I'm trying to get because the motherfucker, the old dude with the damn little ponytail, the one that you always see during the timeout, like especially when Brian was there and shit. Man, I'm like, man, how the fuck can I get this security spot,
simple
man?
security
like,
job, but
I'm
you
trying
gotta get moved to there. So they only
Yeah,
put
I'm like,
certain people up
man.
there. So I worked there, every time
I
I'm
always
during the
wanted to work.
finals and everything.
I
It
always
was
wanted
a
to work there.
hell of
I
a
ain't gonna lie.
job. Didn't get paid a lot of shit,
Right,
but it was a hell of an
I'd rather do it.
experience.
I always want. I'm like every time I watch the game, we watch the game on TV. I'll be like, man. I'm like, man, what the fuck?
I'm not
right
watching,
there,
man.
But like, yeah, employment wise,
But-
it wasn't a lot of hinders, but it just seems like the government and the flag that I fought for, it doesn't really fight for me when it comes to the justice system.
Yes,
and
so you
the
got
police and
you have the, and I don't know if you've been through this via like when you was wherever you're stationed at. Well, you said Okinawa, Lejeune.
I was stationed in Lejeune.
So you said
Yeah.
So I was stationed in Lejeune. So it's a case. I would say it's a case by case, Jeremy. And then what I'm saying is that it's a lot of times that I probably could have fuck around and have like 8 DUIs or something like that. I only got one, and that was in August of 04, right after I just picked up corporal. And got bust down, got a 45, got that back, got my corporal badge back, went to Iraq, boom, boom, boom. But with being said, like I think with the justice system is because then when I caught the assault case while I was still in, and I caught the assault case when I was still in. It was at the end. My package was on the first sergeant desk, about to be signed off, dog. You know what I mean? And they like, because all my gunnies, the gunnies that I rode with, you know what I'm saying, through Iraq and all that shit, like they went to their other destinations or whatever, or retired, case may be. So I think it's case by case with the justice system because sometimes when you get in trouble, I don't know what your trouble was, but like with me, my DUI, they held me at a higher standard because I am the Marine, so we supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, held to a different standard. So sometimes you get a pass, but then sometimes you don't. You know what I'm saying? Especially in that justice system shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I fight, and we can talk about record too. With my shit, like with the, I fought for some shit. I had to do some stuff, but you know what I mean. I just feel that it's a case by case. It all depends on what that judge want to judge. You know what I'm saying? Or how the fuck they feeling, because they probably fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
how the fuck
sure.
they feel
Not
or
only
whatever.
the judge,
So
but
I don't think it's color wise. That's my opinion. That's my
as far
opinion.
as the police too, as far as how they're gonna sentence you.
Well,
is what I'm saying.
Like I said, so it'll be hard for me to. I mean, I can't tell you regardless how you gonna feel the way I'm saying you gonna feel the way you feel, and everybody else gonna feel the way they feel.
Yeah.
Because I can't. For one, I really can't say it. I really can't say anything because I don't know what the quote allegations of what is going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, once we get off the mics or whatever and shit, we definitely can talk about it in detail and really, you know what I'm saying, talk it. But no, I mean, I dig what you're saying, man. I didn't have fellas that, you know what I'm saying, that felt the same way.
Yeah.
But like I said, going back to what I was saying and what I told him last week, I haven't really been through it. I done had more chances than not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
so your experience
so
been
my
definitely
experience
better
been
than
on the
mine.
positive.
Yeah.
My experience been on the positive side.
Yeah,
Man.
and I feel you.
You know what I'm
You can't really feel me because you haven't been through the same stuff I've been through. So I understand. But I've had my fair share of stuff too though. Like I've gotten out of a few tickets. The obvious stuff. Thanks for your service. Blah blah blah. Have a good day. But
I didn't have times to where it was to where I didn't have times to where I guess I don't trip because I know when I fuck up, whether it's a ticket, whether it's that and that.
No,
hey, I asked the question like when I got my DUI, I blew a .15. Shouldn't have been fucking driving. Should have called one of my my big ups. You know what I'm saying? One of my
higher ups,
gunnies or higher ups or whatever that shit. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I had to take my losses. You know what I'm saying? I took my losses. I got buzzed down, but guess what? I took the shit. And then they didn't do it because I was black. You know what I'm saying? They did it because I was a fucking dickhead and fucking stupid. And I had 20 numbers I could have fucking called. And I was with fucking 20 people or whatever and shit like that. Or you could have called a fucking taxi. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, that was down there. That's a different entity. But, like, even up here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I can't, like I said, I would never put my words.
I'm speaking more on the fact of
words.
Probably after I got out. Because when you in, like you said, they going to protect you. We always protect ourselves. We always protect all of our guys, all our Marine Corps buddies, whatever it is, we're going to keep them out of trouble the best way we can. I'm saying like that transition from getting out of there, like you're not a Marine anymore.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit difficult because like I said, it hasn't been the easiest for me at least.
And we can't, I mean, and I would say to some of my guys, I would say that, we can't. I mean that's our entitlement because we look at it not entitlement. That's our title. You know what I'm saying? But so it can go away like when it comes to different politicking or you know what I'm saying, not politics, but you know what I'm saying, when you politicking, when you rubbing elbows with somebody or whatever. Like if you fuck around and you know what I'm saying, see a Marine, then it's like, oh shit, you a Marine and that. But like I met a gentleman. I saw him twice. Saw him at last Christmas, a year ago from now. Mr. Austin. Saw him first at Walmart when I worked at Walmart for a couple seconds. Saw him again at Treachers. You know what I'm saying? Then he linked up and he started helping me with my resume. He helped me with my resume. He helped me get, you know what I'm saying, get to where I'm trying to get, you know what I mean, going forward. So and I got buddies that, you know what I'm saying, I got a lot of buddies that's Marines. Talking about even some of my childhood friends that's Marines, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it goes with it, but it's just like being a cop, man. Like, even with a cop, like, shit, a cop, you know, they try to, you know, like, what is it called, quote, protect the shield, but at the same time, shit, man, hey, sometimes it don't work. It don't always work for the good, you know what I mean? But you just got to be Jeremy, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Marine Corps can be a plus, or the USMC veteran can be a plus, you know what I'm saying? But and some people won't rock with it, some people don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? They just saying, what your fucking resume look like, dog? I don't give a fuck where the fuck you been. Oh, you been around the world? Oh, okay, well, I haven't. I've been fucking working in this goddamn factory, fucking eating grease for 20 years and shit, so... You know what I'm saying? So some people don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So some people probably
take that job, cause that motherfucker is about to die. You about to move up, baby.
Right, quick.
So no, it's I mean it's case by case, man. To put a knot
for
in
sure.
that bow. You know what I'm saying? It's case by case, man. But you're gonna be all right, man. We gonna get you together. We gonna link up more. And like I said, I don't got all the answers, but I do have some I do have a couple of resources or whatever that, you know what I'm saying, that we can try to, or that I can at least shoot you the way, a couple of emails or whatnot, you know what I mean, and see can they do it, depending, like I said, I don't know exactly what, you know what I'm saying, what it is, but we'll talk about it later.
So,
all right, get up out of there, man. Marine Corps talk is done, all that shit talk is done, let's go.
What's up, Jody?
Producer in the house.
Yeah, he
finally.
Dang, we've been
you was late, man.
That's some nice ones,
Could have had you fix the mic.
Damn. I need you, JoJo.
Always on schedule, but never on time.
Yeah, you live whenever you want to.
So like this, like what I really want to talk about today, because I just been like so interested in is like family planning, right? And like, you know, y'all people have families, so and all of that. Like when it came to like finally deciding, like even your first time, when it came for you, when you decided to like I'm gonna get married. and I'm going to have children. Like, how did that plan? Like, did you think about like y'all finances? Did you think about just like where you were going to be, like what kind of parents you were going to be? Because like you got married when you were in the military, right?
Yeah, I got married. I got married at 19.
Yeah, you a wild
Still
boy.
a teenager.
You're a wild boy. So like, yeah. So
I got married at 18. I did a military marriage too.
Yeah, I
but
saw that
but
movie.
then I was out at the same time.
let me do some shit like that. I'm Frankie Lyman. I ain't marrying one woman, that's for sure. So like, yeah. So like, what kind of like, what did you guys really like plan it? Like, did you like once the marriage got in there, did you plan on being parents, or did y'all just like bust nuts?
I would say we planned it. We didn't plan it to the best of our abilities, I would say. If anything, I feel like we definitely planned it, but we were still teenagers, so we didn't plan it. We didn't plan finances. We didn't plan how we was gonna, both be working. We didn't plan on, what we're gonna do when the baby is crying in the middle of the night. We didn't think about any of that. We just thought, we love each other. Let's have a family. Like, we love babies. Like, let's have a family. So, I mean, with me, like I said, I was young. I'm way more mature now, so I feel like, family planning be way more easier for me.
Was she military?
No, she wasn't military.
Okay.
She wasn't military. Same like you, high school sweetheart,
Suck
military marriage,
Yep.
I want you to be with me down here, so
Gotcha.
let's get a higher
Gotcha.
paycheck a little bit too,
Yep.
So,
Gotcha. Yep.
all the good stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, I got married young,
That's all
so
factual. Good job.
finances definitely. We didn't think about finances. We really just thought about ourselves for real. I want to say it was a little bit selfish, honestly, because if I could take it back, I would definitely think about the financial part of it, because that did become a little bit of a problem, actually.
I understand.
Child care too. I had to move my grandmother down with us just so we can both work, and grandmother wasn't doing a lot of work, so I figured, come watch your great grandbaby. So that worked out for us. Yeah, she loved to travel. She loved North Carolina
I'm
too.
out here.
Uh-huh.
What about you, Joe?
Yeah,
Like,
well, mine's I was just straight. I was just married during my 4. You know what I'm saying? Then like I ain't had my youngest till I was 23. Yeah, 20.
like plan? Like, did you plan for that?
Well, yes, yeah. My first baby. I have 3 baby mothers, but my first one, she the first one was planned, the second one wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Then that's a whole scenario with that now. But I live shit. I live with them.
Shooting from the
doing that doing that you know what I'm saying, doing it before you supposed to be doing it. That's what happened with the second time. You know what I'm saying? Then but like JoJo was Shyla, which is my other daughter that live up here, she was playing, and then JoJo, you know what I'm saying, like to this day I say your sister locked me in, my G, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, she
Show problem, man.
but no, it was good to go.
My
No,
pockets.
but like
going nowhere.
but no, with the financials though, I mean, like I said, I never been good with money. I can make it. You know what I'm saying? I can make the money. You know what I'm saying? Then the child care stuff, it kind of worked out depending. You know what I'm saying? Well, she a stay-at-home mom, so we had to worry about it till we start going to daycare. You know what I mean? And then now he in kindergarten, and even my other daughter, it wasn't too expensive. We got a little bit of help from the the government, whatever. But so that really, it wasn't no burden. You know what I'm saying? But like it was more or less the lifestyle that I was living then, you know what I'm saying, like going out, you know what I'm saying,
So
drinking,
do you
shit
think
like
it's
that.
different now that you like 30? Like, was you
Now,
35?
I'm 35 now, so
your
I mean, like
parenting
now
is different from
now,
how it was when you first had
I mean,
your
even
kid.
though I take care of bills and I take care of family.
No, I'm talking
you know
about like how you.
But how I rock and roll now, well,
Yeah.
it's a little bit different because for one, the individual that I'm with, and for two, it's a lot more structure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of more structure here. So and like I said, I go home, and then when it comes to finances, I just go, I go make it. She take it and put it where it gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we rock. That's how it. It's how it stay comfortable here. You know what I'm saying? It's how I'm able to be doing this shit, or you know what I mean, like for us to be chilling and having a, you know what I'm saying, like, and I'm not bragging no things because I got guys that's way better off, whatever. But I'm talking about for me, man. I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
She got you
I'm
there.
comfortable, and she helped me
that's a
so
blessing.
much.
That's
She
a
helped me
blessing.
so much, dog. And
It's
like
a blessing for
like
sure.
to the point to where cats like man, oh man, you heard you can't go out. You can't go out.
Mhm.
Da da da.
I don't need
Like,
to.
nah, I don't want to go out, but
Right.
but always. But people that know me since day one, they know that I always try to make my home a spot to where I don't
Yeah.
have to go nowhere for nobody else to with anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless I really want to go out.
Bring
Like
the party
people,
here.
yeah, people normally come to me. I
Yeah.
don't normally go out to people's homes and shit. Like
sure.
I'm talking about since day one. Like
Uh-huh.
it feels weird to me. Like when you be like, man, come hey, pull up this and that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not saying I don't want to, whatever. But if you ask me to come over your spot or whatever and shit, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just come over here. I'm like, just come over
Right
here.
after I text you, I'm like, and don't tell nobody where I live.
I'm like, just come over here.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Yeah.
I'm like, man, pull up. But it's just, I mean, I'll still go. But no, that's one of the biggest things. Or not the biggest thing, but that's just a different thing. But the parenting style, and I would go. It's a say to date with children. We have a blended family. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's also one of the biggest things. And I grew up in a stepfather household. You know what I'm saying? And I know how to wiggle with it. And even when I first met your nieces and nephew, or your niece and nephew, that's the biggest thing I told them. I'm like, yo, man, I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm not trying to be, you know what I'm saying, your dad or whatever, taking over your. That's when their dad was still, or whatever, however the case may be with their shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I had stepchildren as well, so I try to be the best stepfather. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, shit. In some aspects, I suck with my two youngins. I mean, if I ain't gonna take all the blame, but you know what I'm saying, like in situations that there where it seemed like that, you know, people try to be like, oh, you don't want to take care of your kid, but you take care of them whatever kids, or you know what I'm saying, like, you know, they try to bring up, try to say that shit or whatever, but you know what I mean, it's just case by case, exactly. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying, so it's that's the biggest thing with that, but I mean, it's just hard with me to let go with, because I have so much respect for people, whether it's kids, whether it's that, and I be wanting to try to. I want to chastise. You know what I'm saying, like, but like, yo, like for instance, like I want to chastise Dante or whatever and shit, but you know what I'm saying, like, I mean, I don't, but I don't have, I don't have. That's what I'm saying, because then, regardless of if Papa around or not or whatever and shit, but if he per se want to be around at that time, now I gotta, you know what I'm saying, now I gotta go through this bullshit with, you know what I'm saying, with this other shit, you know what I'm saying, like, so it's a very, very hard joint to me, in my opinion, trying to be, you know what I'm saying, from a man to man type. I mean, some men will dig it and be like, yo, hey, I'm glad that you know what I'm saying, taking care of me inside and out, whatever and shit, or whatever, you know what I mean, or stepping in whatever you're not doing, but some cats, you know what I'm saying, then they gonna feel funky, like, what the fuck? Oh, you hit my fucking son? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Cause I hit that nigga bird cage or whatever and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or just yoked him up or whatever, like some soft shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel.
So like, what about you? Like, as far as like a blended family, could you see yourself like being? Well, I don't even want to say married again.
Before we change topics, we on family planning, right? I want to know about your family planning, cause I told you we need something from you. Like, don't try to skip the subject. Like, what about your family planning? Because I want to know about. Because you asking us, I want to know when Mark gonna start family planning. Because you know, I've been telling you we gonna need one before you turn 50, motherfucker.
Man,
like,
I don't know if we need one. Hey, fuck
I think he can do it. I got faith for you.
No,
all right, this is what I say about
talk
family
to me
planning.
about family planning.
All right, first off, I do not believe that I will have any children in this lifetime. I just don't even think it's for.
I think you'll be.
I don't even think I'm gonna get married.
Without
like
me.
we can play, like I can pretend like that shit might happen. But like I know for sure I'm probably not getting married. I'm probably not having no kids. Why? It's because I do not trust any woman to bear my children. Now, as far as family planning, if I was to plan for a family, like I would just need to know that, for one, like I don't want to have children with a woman with kids. Like I know that now.
Ooh.
So like that's part of the thing.
Touchy,
like
that's a touchy subject.
They'd be touched in. Like I don't want children with a woman with children already, because I ain't got none. So we're gonna start this together.
Okay. Makes sense.
Like also like you just
I dig it.
like for real, you gotta make a certain amount of money for real. Like you gotta like you need to make a certain amount of money for me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I ain't saying it like in a petty way. I'm saying like, are you gonna be able to like, are we gonna be able to do this together financially?
Mm-hmm.
Like I ain't jumping into shit. Like at this
Mhm.
age, I ain't fucking up my bread. I work too hard to get my shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like do you like how much money can you make? Can we do this together? Is we gonna be in a relationship? Was this like some bust nut shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like is this a me and you? Like it's so much shit to go into that, and like I'm so like removed emotionally from shit like that like I'm cool. Like I ain't having no kids.
No,
But like the plan, like you need to like at bare minimum, like if we having babies together, we need to be like you need to at least make like $50,000 for us to have a family, like a real family, and like to get somewhere comfortable, like because we at an age where like we can like we ain't gotta like climb our way into the shit. Like we could just be like, boom, we here. Like let's have a baby. We in a relationship. We got a thing. But like I'm just so removed from the shit that like I just feel like it's numbers. And when I was younger, I used to really like be like, all right, I think she could have my baby. Like I'd be like, I think I could choose you. And that shit is like stupid shit to do. So I wouldn't do it no more. Like I don't want it.
Let me ask you this: as far as family planning, like, how long would it take for you to be like, all right, I'm ready to start this family after you've been with, old girl? When would
like
you be
being
like,
with said, like say, I see what he said is like being with said person or whatever and shit. Like say you got this lady, she doing 50, she got 50K or whatever your number you want to do.
Everything is right.
You make all y'all meeting all the checks in the list.
Checklist
is dope.
off. Yeah.
So like, when are you when is the year or when is it that when you gonna shoot the club up?
What's
you know
too
what
short
I mean?
and what's too long?
There we go. That's a good one.
You think
So
2 months?
what
is
would be
too
your
quick?
timeline?
Months are too short for sure. Any amount of months.
Okay,
Even
makes
any
sense.
amount of months is too
For sure.
short, and like and like I don't want to do it.
But
I mean, to each his own. Like I just don't. I just don't want it. Like I don't want kids. I don't even want a pet. Like maybe a bird or some shit.
That's the worst.
Oh, a new
dude.
turtle.
You want a bird.
I do want a
No,
new turtle
don't
when I
get
move
no
to my new
turtle.
spot. I'm getting a new turtle. I'm gonna
You
name
say getting a
that.
turtle?
I'm gonna name that nigga Razor.
Don't
You
get
ain't
a
having
turtle,
kids,
man.
Mark. I know.
But like
you ain't having
I ain't.
kids. You
Yeah,
want a
like I
turtle?
don't want them. Like I don't want no. Nah, I just
turtle
want,
live. A turtle, they like fucking dinosaurs.
I don't care. I love
forever and shit.
turtles. Like
I'm just
yeah.
saying, but
Like I don't love them enough to like not use straws, but like I love turtles though.
But turtles live for a long time.
So do I.
Like they probably outlive you.
So I pass them down to this nigga.
No, you're not coming here.
By the time, hopefully, by the time I die, he'll be the
He'll still
move.
be alive.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I'm trying to get all of them.
Fingers crossed.
I'm trying to get all of them. Get the fuck out of here. Honestly.
There we
So
go.
you said you said months is too soon.
Yeah.
What's the
Well,
longest?
He just
Like,
said today he just don't want one though.
he just I know he doesn't want one, but like
And
I said, if the
don't
checklist
talk
check
him
off,
into it,
like
though.
I ain't
Man, don't talk him into shooting
I
the
wanna
club
see,
up.
I want to see Mark
I wouldn't.
take some responsibilities
He could-
for his DNA
Nah,
and
he
pass
gotta-
his
That's-
pass it on.
Like I just don't. Like I
Selfish.
don't want it. Like I just like
I
you
know.
can just like you see it, y'all. Like I just don't.
I
Like,
know. I know.
I don't want like.
I'm
cool.
You
I
got
don't
enough
have to-
nieces and nephews. Huh?
I don't have to see you. I don't have
like,
to see
I'm
you
cool.
with the shit.
Like,
Mhm.
I just like I ain't
That's a hell of a lifestyle change too. Speaking of lifestyles, like
feed them and love them and shit.
He about man. This nigga is a-
I'm
he is a
I'm getting tired just
Look,
thinking
that's
about
what I'm
being
saying, like, that's
there,
what- dude, he can't. Man, he is not ready to be no fucking parent, man. That nigga is.
Don't
you gonna
want
shoot the
that.
club up
He
when you
full
turn
of-
40.
I
I
don't
think. Like,
even-
maybe
I
you
don't
gonna wake
even
up and
know.
be like, "Damn, man, this lifestyle getting boring. Watching TV and feeding myself. Like, I wanna.
I just
I
want to get a
somebody-
turtle. me and Razor gonna be eating
I ain't
lettuce
even about
on
to say.
couches.
I was about to say
together.
something, but I ain't know how. I was gonna say something about the whatever. No, I ain't gonna say it. You ain't gotta be.
Yeah,
said,
because
you know what I'm
all
saying?
right. So let's get away from me. Let's get away from me. So like I don't know. Like I was talking to people about like parenting and all of that, right? Like as far as like being a single parent, and like some of the stuff that came back to me was I was talking to a chick on like in the DMs, and she was saying like for her she had 2 kids real early. Like I think she said maybe like 16 or 18 she had 2 kids already. Like by the same dude, and it just was like a bad relationship, and she felt like it was the thing to do was to stay together because you like when you're younger you just feel like if you had kids you're supposed to be with that person type of thing, and it kind of made her I don't know, I guess you would say like depressed. She like it made her depressed. Like how do y'all feel about like being in like bad relationships and like having kids?
It's toxic, man. Like I never been perfect in relationships, so I ain't gonna sit here.
I've never
like,
even been in one
like
before.
I like I'm some goddamn saint. You know what I'm saying? But like I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like at a certain time, like we was just at a certain time, like we was just going through the motions because we had a youngin, this and that. So I mean, I could assume that she wasn't happy. You know what I'm saying? I know that I wasn't happy, but I can't speak for her. You know what I mean? So and I just wanted to see my, you know what I'm saying, have my youngin or whatever like that, and I go through the turmoil that I'm going through with not seeing my three youngins as much, my three girls as much, or shit, not even seeing my two oldest youngins. I ain't seen them in like damn near a decade. You know what I mean? But so I mean it's toxic, man. Like it's communication, man. Like we got to be the adults that we fucking are. You know what I'm saying? Because kids ain't dumb, man.
Yeah.
That little dude over there, 5 years old, you goddamn smart as shit. You know what I mean? Like he know he can see that.
Yeah.
Dogs can see when you goddamn sad. You know what I'm saying? Like if Duke out or whatever and shit, like they have a notion of feeling or whatever, or they can see what's going on. So I mean, I say, and I'm once again, I'm not no fucking counselor of relationships because like I said, I ain't no motherfucking ace of spades. You know what I'm saying? But it's toxic, man. Like you just gotta talk that shit out and figure it the fuck out. Basically, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna long winded. Like you just gotta talk that shit out and figure it the fuck out.
What about you? Like, how do you feel about like just being in a relationship and having children, and then it just not being a good fit for y'all too?
Like Joe said, it's super toxic. It's stressful. You know, it's not only stressful on you, it's stressful on that other individual, and it's also a burden for the kids for real. Because at the end of the day, you know, we want to all do right by our kids, you know, and sometimes you think staying with that person is the best thing to do.
That's what people did back in the day. Cause it was so bad, like not being in a marriage or whatever.
And I've tried that.
Because y'all were young.
I was young, so I've tried that. I've tried that plenty of times, but it's not healthy because, you know, if I'm not happy, I can't make my kids happy.
Yeah, and I heard that a lot. Like,
and you can't make nobody else.
That's the whole thing.
You can't make nobody else happy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't make nobody else happy, dog.
Yeah,
like,
you're not
happy
yourself.
And then if you're not happy, you can't. How the
even
how
just
how
being
the
a
fuck
person,
can I make you happy if I'm not happy? You know what I'm saying?
But I will say this though, you have to understand that for some people, your happiness really doesn't matter that much, and like that's only a certain segment of people. Like you have to understand, like there's some people that don't care about your misery because your presence bring them happy. So you can sit next to a motherfucker like this, like together like this, giddy as fuck, happy, miserable, and they don't care that you miserable because you're there. You get it? Like it's people in the world like that.
People be with you though. I think that's super selfish.
You can't. But
people do that all the time.
We've all been in that situation before. At least I can say I have.
I have too.
And like it's a situation where a person will try to make you as miserable as possible without them in order to make you be like, well, fuck it. I will sit here and be miserable with you. Yeah, and like you got to be, especially if you got kids. I feel like you got to be careful with that, like, cause that shit is crazy.
No, that's the basically the lamest. I mean, not the lamest, but the longest quote. Like misery love company. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if they getting people can get their rocks off if you like you just reiterate what you saying or Hayden, sorry. People.
We're gonna bleep that.
We're gonna bleep that. Okay, sorry. All right, I'll find it. What was that?
Bleep that.
3340. I don't know. It's like 3340. I'll find it. I don't know. Whatever. I'll try to. But yeah, no. It's misery. It's the misery love company thing, man. And you know, what I'm saying, then it can be the oh wow it's me. You know what I mean? Or the guilt, or even the guilt trip. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. Huh, what'd I do? Well, you don't love me, and sorry.
Well,
and that goes with male and females.
What about when the females, like, they'll hold their kids from you because
you
won't be with them? Like, you know, I've had times where, you know, my woman would say, you can't see your kids. We need to go do some, like, how about we go out to eat? But I don't want to go out to eat with you. I want to go out to eat with my kids.
They ain't never asked about the going out shit, but Dude,
anything.
I'm going through that shit right now, and this is the first time I really been public. I don't be public with what's going on with me and shit. I keep it very, very, very cordial, man. I didn't grown up in life, and I don't want no problems with nobody and all this shit.
I don't talk to none of my baby mamas.
But yeah, I bet you don't. Yeah, but no, but all just aside, man, like it fucking sucks, dog. Like because they got the angle, you know what I mean? Like they got the angle, you know what I'm saying? But then on the flip side, where the situation I'm in now. Shit, you can't even push them to said other, you know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing both of the joints, and then like, can I say that I'm not doing enough, or whatever? I definitely can say that. My wife told me that, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, man, I don't know. It's no excuse end of the day with that. But but it should never even happen to go through that. We should be able to be grown adults or whatever and shit, to be like, hey man, look.
We gonna do what's
we
best for
wasn't
the
rocking,
kids.
man. You good money. I'm good money. Yo, you happy? Hey, you supposed to be happy over there. Hey, I'm good money over here.
That's why some of the stuff that's in place is sometimes the reason why, like, you know, situations like that is sometimes why some of the resources or just some of the like the agencies and stuff like that is in place to help people with stuff like that. And then like you will hear people say that like they don't know about the resources to be able to do stuff like that, or even the resources to be able to take care of a child, period. Like if you young and you going through that, or if you a little older and you going through that, and like you just didn't come from like the background where people told you things or told you how they were like getting like this extra help, or told you what you need to do like going into parenthood. Because like a lot of people that I talked to, as far as when they was talking about like having kids young, they were saying like I just didn't know, and then I didn't know how to be a parent. And one of the things I talked to like one of my dogs, like my homie Chad, I was telling him, like, watching him grow up, and we, like, a year apart, but, like, it was crazy because he's the first person I knew to have a kid, and, like, that nigga had a kid at, like, 15, 16. They had twins on our homecoming night. Like, you feel me? And we still went to IHOP on that night, like, and I was telling him, like, it was crazy because, like, we don't realize it now, but, like, my dude, like, you was a dad before you was a man. You feel me? Like, you was a dad before you was a man. You was a dad before you was an adult. And he was telling me, like, you didn't like how can I say it? Like he didn't even notice that he had to just grow up that way. It was like we just all learned together. And like a lot of people that like I was talking to or that like I contacted, they were just saying like I just learned it together. Like even if it was like we was young, like I learned it together or I learned it by myself. I had to go through my growing pains. And then the people that I talked to about like having kids older were just saying it was all about I felt like the time was right. Like, I felt like I needed to do it now. Like, some people older, they were telling me, like, I felt like I was on the clock, so I need to have a child. Or I felt like I was in the right situation. Even some of the people that I worked with, they were saying, like, you know, me and my lady had been, like how you asked me how long it would take. He was saying, like, you know, me and my lady been together for, like, 3 years. We're thinking about getting married. So we thinking about having a child. Right. Like, that was their plan. And, like, you know, like, they worked to get to a certain point and to have children. So it's always different. But, like, I want to know, how do y'all feel about, do you think the environment you grew up in and like the kind of family you have goes into the way that you think about having a family?
Me, I mean, yeah, I used to, like, my family was tight knit, you know what I'm saying? Like, once like back me growing up as a kid, like being, you know, like they age and all that shit, like and JoJo age and all that stuff. I had a family that where we was tight knit. You know what I'm saying? I got a small family. I don't have like no super big family. You know what I'm saying? My mother got it's my mother, and she had 4 brothers. 2 of them already dead. Then it's me, my 2 little brothers, and then I got an older sister and shit. So then she got her offspring. Then I got my offspring. Then my little brothers, one of my little brothers got their offspring. But you know what I'm saying? Like we used to be tight knit, tight as fuck. But you know what I'm saying? Like now. Times has changed, but like I'd rather have family, whether it's blended or not. I'd rather have family, you know what I'm saying, like that close family ties. And that would I just always wanted my biggest thing, man. I just look. It's a simple life, man.
We want to feel secure.
I just want to be good, man.
Yeah, we want our family. We want our kids. We want to feel secure.
Yeah, I just want. I just want to see the youngest, man. I don't want no smoke with the like
Baby.
say if you have other baby moms. I don't want to smoke with the boyfriend or the husband over there. I'm past that, man.
Yeah, for
I'd
sure.
have been through a whole, and I ain't talking about like like how people been through in the hood or whatever the case may be, like on the street. But I'd have been through so much throughout my 35, or not a lot, but throughout my last fucking 15 years, whatever and shit. I'd have been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like enough shit that, man. I didn't age. I progressed. I didn't grew up. I didn't got
mature.
You know what I'm saying? I done got more mature. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't learn shit, this, that, and that. You know what I mean? Like so. I just don't. It's like Noriega said it. He said it best in his pod. He said it best in his pod. He's on a podcast, and he said that he like, man. He like, dude, I'm trying to get my homies out the hood, this and that and that. He's like, I don't roll with 20 guys because I don't roll 20 deep or whatever because I got beef with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Then he was like, I don't want beef with nobody. He was like, man, somebody says me shit online or this and that. He was like, I don't want to do it because he's like, I'm not gonna do anything and I'm good. He was like, yo, I'm trying to get my homeboys out of left rack or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like out of, you know what I mean, out of Queens or whatever like that. I'm trying to get these cats to grow. So he's like, then he like, if I'm near, he like, yo, I ain't gonna be the one that fucking snuff you or whatever and shit. It's gonna be one of these cats that you gonna be out there and one of my niggas gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? He like, I don't got time for that shit, man. He like, man, I'm in a good place, man. I done been through that. He been that guy. You know what I'm saying? He been the shooter or he been the goon or whatever the case may be. Not saying I did anything like that in the streets.
I don't even know what the fuck you talking about.
Oh no, I'm talking about I'm talking about Noriega, Nori. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I was just saying like as far as like don't want no problems, man. Maturing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, I was saying like this maturing and shit, man. Like you don't want those problems, man, because it can easily be done. Like if it's not me that do it or whatever and shit, like it's a phone call away.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like.
No, I'm saying growth, dog. Like it's growth with that shit.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the environment you grow up as far like your family environment, like the kind of family you want. Is that the kind of the family you grew up in? Is that the kind of family you want? Was that like the structure that made you be like, all right, I know what I don't want.
That's how
I know what I want. Yeah. Cause
mine's I would say always looked around at the older adults in my family, and I would say what I wanted and what I didn't want. You know, me, I didn't want to be like Blase Blah. Keep that off the record. You know, Blase Blah had a whole bunch of kids, a whole bunch of baby mamas. I didn't want to be like that. You know, I always wanted a family. I always wanted to keep my family, you know, solid too. And I don't mind adding people into my family. But as far as the environment, I wouldn't say I had the strongest environment growing up, you know. But I would say that I seen some stuff that I didn't like and I didn't want to do with my family. As far as choosing a partner too, I would definitely say that's a big role because my partner has to be like me or be able to understand me, you know, and they can't stick out like a sore thumb around my family. So, no offense, I probably wouldn't date a Caucasian woman just because.
Ooh,
you know,
going back to the last.
It's hereditary.
I'm just saying.
It's not hereditary.
It's not, but I'm just saying, like, they wouldn't understand the lifestyle that my family lived. They wouldn't understand how we.
Oh, you say your family. Yeah. I mean, if you speaking for yourself or whatever, like, I guess. But once again, I would say it's case by case.
I couldn't bring a Caucasian woman to the barbecue because
you can though. You can.
Not my side of the family.
Once again, it's
not
case by case,
my family.
Man.
Think about it. Think about the uncles and you could, but like. Yeah, you right. You right.
It's just,
you right.
It would make
right.
me uncomfortable.
You
and
right.
There's like no offense to white women, because white women, you
know,
because
they was
women
married
too,
for like 20 years and shit. So
but you know, my mom's side of the family is different from my father's side of the family too. So it's like, just to be honest with myself, like, could you bring a Caucasian woman to the barbecue, to the family functions?
Right.
Probably not. It'd probably be the only person there. You know, I don't want to make her uncomfortable. Not to say you couldn't, but you know. When it come to me choosing a woman, I would say my woman has to be able to understand me and my family. She can't be looking at my Uncle Ed and be like, that motherfucker's a drunk. And be like, yo, that's just Uncle Ed, you know. That's just how always Uncle Ed's been type shit.
Yeah, that
so
nigga
it's
survived like that.
Yeah, that's how he's always been. So it's like, it varies because, you know, she might come from a different family. She might come from a different lifestyle. She might not have never been in the hood. You know, she don't know. She don't understand how it is to be in the hood. She don't understand why we got to lock the doors when we go in the store. We can't leave the keys when we go in the gas station. Like, she just wouldn't understand. So I would definitely say as far as choosing a woman, definitely. You have to think about that. You have to think about what kind of lifestyle that you live and what kind of lifestyle you've been through too. So it's like when it comes to choosing a woman, I gotta be like, yo, are you ready for the lifestyle that I live? Are you ready to be around the people that I be around? Like, if
definitely.
you're not, like, it's gonna be a hell of a adjustment. So
Yeah, cause with me, like, well, yeah, you already know, like, as far as like growing up, and I never growing up, it wasn't no family structure. Like I would say, like, I mean, like family, like in-house family.
We don't
structure.
have a lot of married people now.
Yeah, like my sister is the only married person in our family.
That's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
maybe. So like, it wasn't not like a lot of family structure shit. So I never even thought about it. Like I didn't even know people had fathers till I was like fucking like 9. That shit was foreign to me. Somebody said, Trey, that is daddy. I said, what the fuck is a daddy? Type shit. So like I never thought about it. So like even one in the family, never thought about one in the family. Seeing what families look like, never even thought about it because I never even seen one. So I ain't never give a fuck. So like choosing a partner now, when I be thinking about, like, I'm just trying to like starting to learn like what I like and getting settled into like the person that I want to be. They're like, like I never think about it. I don't think about having a family for real. I don't think about like having a partner for the rest of my life. Like I don't think about that shit. All I know is I don't like noise, so I don't want nobody with me that's loud. And like I want you to care about your body, and I want you to be beautiful to me. And like you cannot care too much about what the rest of the people think, because like I don't give a fuck. Like once I decide that you are who I feel like you are, no one can change my mind about that but you. Like and that's like some other shit. So I'm like my environment probably made me just not want a family because I never experienced it, so I don't want something I never had. Like I think it's cool. Like when I see my sister and Joe, like it's cool. Like they had their ups and downs, but like it's cool. Like they got a cool family. Like like that's what's up. But like I don't want it. You know what I mean? Like I don't want it. Like I see it and I be like, that's what's up. I can visit this shit. But like I don't want my own.
living vicariously. You just living.
I ain't living vicariously.
Well, not even vicariously, but I'm just saying like say you know how cats like. For
it's
example,
cool to take a picture.
Right, exactly. You take a picture like, oh yeah, this is my nephew, this one, this and that.
Yeah,
whatever.
but like I couldn't
like,
do it. Like I couldn't be married and
or you living through, or not living through, but you know some people be like,
I just happy to see
like
it.
how you happy to see it. Like for instance, like you have a homeboy at work and you be like, nigga, last night I got one of my I got a guy, you know what I'm saying? He be like, had 2 of them last night. It's not that. So I'll be like, hey, I'll be like,
it's a Wednesday special.
Hey, I'll be like, details. I'm like, what you doing? I mean, what happened? I'm like, he like, well, I ain't smashed both of them, but you know what I'm saying, like, so like you just live through it, you know what I'm saying? Because like, oh yeah, I went out and I came in at 4 in the morning and that. But even though I used to do that shit back in the day, but you know, no, I just thought that's kind of like you were saying, like you see it. But it ain't for you, but it look dope.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It look dope, you know what I mean? Looking into that window, that shit look dope, you know what I'm saying? Not saying you want it, but it just look dope.
Yeah, it's too much like
my girl was telling me the other day how girls love when they get in a relationship because, you know, when the girls ask them to go out, you know, and they don't really feel like going out, they can just be like, yo, this nigga tripping, he don't want me to go out, blah, blah, blah.
See,
and
when
I do that too as a man, like
right.
when I was in my family, when I had my family, like I used to do the same thing, like I don't feel like going out, but you know, she tripping, and I ain't gonna be able to make it tonight, my boys. And it's like, yo, sometimes having a little spouse, you know, it helps you, you know, a little bit.
But look,
you
you gotta do it.
keep you out of trouble sometimes.
I just
Man, look, let me tell you how we do it.
I just don't go.
Man, let me tell you how. That's what I'm saying. Let me tell you how we do it, man. We be like,
I slide around by myself.
It be me and her, man. We like, man. I think we missed a fucking comedy show, like, because it's 8:00. We both forgot about this shit because we so used to our schedule. So we so used to, you know what I'm saying, rocking and rolling and just being here. Like, man, she don't be on that shit. Like that's why we the best fit. Like I'm an introvert now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like going out no more. Yeah. I ain't the club guy. I ain't the bar guy. I ain't the even going to the pool hall or whatever shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even a late night guy no more. You know what I mean? Like I could be in the bed by 9. We all could have lights, everything shut down by 9. You know what I'm saying? But like yeah, no. Man, dude, my guys don't even call. They don't even call me no more, man. Since I've been with her. They don't even call me no more.
She put that down.
I mean, not even that. No, she'll let me go. She'll let me go and shit. She just don't want me to, you know what I'm saying, drive faded or whatever and shit, drive drunk or whatever. Yeah. Like, but so that's hence the reason why I'm an early drinker. So my guys like to go out and be out to 2, 3 and all that shit. I ain't got time for that shit. Plus I gotta get up at 5, so I ain't got time for that.
I was about to say some wild shit.
What's that? About me? Oh, what's that?
I was just saying because they ain't got shit to do with you, but like the best pussy be out there around.
Man, what the last
about,
call?
about that 2, 3.
I ain't nothing but trouble.
You probably
out
got that
there
right.
at that time.
Nothing but trouble, man. 2 or 3, man.
Bad bitches.
You got
with
the
no
beer
clouds
goggles
on.
and shit.
Yeah.
Beer
Now you got
beer goggles.
What
on,
Fabulous
nigga.
say today? She
Now
look
you
like
gotta make it.
when he's drunk, she look like Amber Rose. When he gets sober, he look like
Derrick
Derrick Rose.
You said Fab to that?
Yeah.
What, on Drink Champs?
Nah,
know what song it was.
Listen to that
Oh, yeah,
song.
it's on the
Shoot out
song.
shit.
That's how that
Yeah.
shit
his
worked.
new album?
Nah, I don't be that drunk, nigga. Nah.
I say
But
the
like,
beer goggle. I didn't.
I
I
already
didn't.
know what time. Like, I already know what time.
Man,
it
them
is,
lights, dude.
bro.
Like the songs they be putting
Lights come
on,
on.
them socks when they say they be putting on,
Man,
and you go.
That's
yo,
for y'all niggas that wear glasses, nigga.
No, I ain't
see.
wear. I only been wearing glasses the last couple of years, dude. Hey, I just knew. Hey, back in the day, I just knew I had a cold with a little Slimmy. Man, I met up with that bro the next day.
Why'd you even
Man.
meet her the next day?
No, as I'm saying, I got a number and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Bruh, I'm
it's
not
like-
exchanging
it's like-
numbers with nobody
It's
at
hella
no
years
1,
ago.
2 o'clock in the morning.
No, it's just like no, it was no, this is a while ago. This like at the damn, I forgot what club it was, but no, it's just like a decade plus ago. You know what I'm saying?
Decade
Like,
plus
hella.
ago, I'm hitting too. Decade plus ago, I'm hitting.
You said you
on
get
that
no
night.
number?
I'm not getting your number. We fucking.
No, I was fat. Well, I was with my girls and shit, but we wasn't. I was with my goonies. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see your car real quick, bro.
Nah, we was cooler. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I think I was driving. Yeah, I think
You
I
what
was
we
driving,
call
man.
Mark?
But-
You what we call like a lifelong bachelor. Like you just you a bachelor. Like that's your title. Like
You think like it. You think
just
like,
like-
All I got is faith in you.
like- you like Hugh Hefner. Like you gonna be 80-year-old with like 10 wives. Like you a
Possibly.
bachelor. Like
Possibly. I might not even live after all of this shit on here.
Hey, man.
I don't know how the single life works. Right?
Somebody gonna hear this shit and be like, "I'm gonna kill you."
Hope you got insurance.
I-
Your sister got insurance on you?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got purple.
I ain't gonna.
I
I ain't
put you
gonna
on
lie.
policy.
I think everybody got one policy on me. Real shit.
That's how my mom did the shit. She had policy on everybody. My
Yeah.
nieces, nephews, sisters,
Everybody got a
everybody.
policy. Yeah. I mean,
I might have to get one on you. Fuck it.
I mean,
be talking about it.
I'll tell you the same thing I told everybody else. You gotta see Mo for that shit.
What you,
He got the hookup on the life insurance. What's up?
I lost that shit in the dice game.
Oh.
So hey, look, if that nigga live longer than me, he gonna be at you. He trying to get paid.
It is what it is. We all got to get that dollar somehow, some way.
So-
Hit me under there. We get 10% or whatever.
I guess. Good deal on that. And by the way, I'm not bleeping that shit out. You better bleep it out, man.
What you? How I'ma bleep it out?
Well, all right.
How you do it? How
I
bleep it
think
out?
I think I found it.
You
man.
said it.
All right, I
you
think I got
said-
it. I think I put the time. I think I put the timestamp down. God damn it! shit.
And isn't that realm?
I see it. Yeah,
Isn't that
all
right?
right.
Isn't that
So I
right?
go back and listen to it. 'Cause I
I
gotta bleep out a
appreciate it.
fucking name. Man.
I appreciate
You
it.
want to go by a goddamn different moniker? and shit.
I'm not going by Monica. That's my real name.
All right,
When
well,
people
go by
see
your real name.
when people see me, that's the name that they use because that's my name.
I don't get it.
It's my name.
Which one? The other one?
Hayden really is my name.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he understands.
Okay.
Is that the name you use when you go out to the bars and stuff? Like, what you
I don't
tryna
even
say?
use a name. I don't even tell people. I don't even
Man,
use
you
a
got
name.
it like that. You got a slick mouthpiece then. If you don't got to tell them your name.
You said I have an alias in the Marine. I had an alias in the Marine
I
Corps.
don't have an alias.
Well, I had an alias in the Marine Corps. All right.
What do you
I ain't
say?
gonna say what I said. I had an alias.
How
I
do
ain't-
you
I ain't say
introduce
you had an
yourself?
alias,
Because you
but
looked at
are
me
you-
like, but like I ain't got an
I said
alias.
I have an alias,
It's my name.
or I had an alias.
What was your alias?
Hey, what the fuck was it? It was like, oh, it's like my little brother's name, like Mike or some shit like that.
You gotta get it. You gotta see if you're gonna pick an alias. Everybody out here that need an extra name, when you pick an alias, you gotta pick some shit that's like salacious. Your alias is something that people gotta remember if you're using it to do shit. If you're using it to do illegal shit, you pick a simp name.
See, I ain't talking
But
about,
like if you being select, like if you going
I'm
out,
not
and you
talking
meet.
about illegal.
If
just-
you meeting people, you gotta pick some shit that pop. You can't be out here. My name Mike. It's your fake name. You
nigga,
gotta
I
pick
pop.
a name.
Nigga, what the fuck about? I don't gotta pop. What you talking about?
Your name supposed to pop.
in fucking Lejeune.
I can
nigga?
have any name in the world I want. My name Mike.
Man, in
The
Lejeune.
fuck?
In
What's
Lejeune,
your
nigga,
alias?
in
What
Lejeune,
would
nigga,
you
what?
What would you use, Mike?
If I had an alias, what would I use? What would my alias be?
Wakanda.
Nah.
It's now that's popping.
Fuck out of here.
Nah, my shit'd be some fly shit.
Mm.
Alias, my shit'd be some fly shit. I don't know what it'd be. But like,
Exactly.
it wouldn't even be like a name. My alias would be a nickname. I wouldn't even give out a real name as an alias.
So it'd be like
No,
Jay or something.
I don't have I mean, like my
Instead
like,
of Jeremy, it'd be Jay.
Yeah, like my one of my one of my homeboys. He was a black cat from it's Marine Corps times. He's a black cat from Georgia. He's from Georgia. Nigga name was
Georgia.
Bob. Well, his alias was Bob.
See? That's cool. That's a good alias.
Bob is flat, like.
I was saying, but it's a black country boy,
Mm-hmm.
and
Bob.
his name was Bob.
I'm like, you lying to me, nigga.
Hey man, I'm telling you, man, it was simple
You
down
was
there,
still
man.
in-
It's just a country, dude. I mean, not the country, but
Estucio.
it was North Carolina, man. Like, dude, you can go with anything.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, normally,
Like, all chicks-
I mean,
like,
normally
every
alias,
woman-
like my name
Like
is
every
Bruce.
woman
You know
use
what I'm
the
saying?
same
Or
fake
Bruiser,
name. They
but
all say Tasha,
Tammy.
Ashley, and Brittany. Every woman fake name is Tasha, Ashley, and Brittany. Every single one.
Mm.
I don't know.
I do.
I don't know. When I be going out, I be hearing a lot of TTs and Mimis.
I'm not
Bree
even-
Brees
Nikki.
and
I
EE
ain't-
and
Nikki.
all kind of other stuff. So I don't know.
Peaches.
Y'all be-
I done heard that a lot.
I'm not even. I'm not even about to. You know what?
I done heard that a lot of times.
I'm gonna make that one a snippet. That whole alias thing. I'll make it a snippet. Oh man, that's good times right there. Hey, we have 56, man, for the part 2. So
Before we end, what else we got on there? What's your limit of how many children you're willing to date? I know you
One.
said 0. Oh,
One. If you got a like, if she got a kid and like we can date and like 1, 2 is pushing it. I can't do more than 2.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm cool. Like I just
do it depends on?
no.
I bet.
Do it depends
I don't give a
on
I bet.
when she had them? Do it depends on their age,
I
the ages
bet.
of the kids, or
No.
anything? It just depends how many she had.
No.
I bet.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this.
I bet.
At this point, I just feel
I
like
think he ignored
it's
me.
too much. Because like for me, it's just too much. Even though like she like if you got a bunch of kids, you probably could do it on your own. I don't like I like.
What if her kid's about to be old enough to get the hell out the house? Like
I don't
they
want a
17,
I don't want a
18,
family.
and it's like,
I don't want a family.
uh-huh.
So like I don't want
I'm
to
saying
be with
like
somebody with
that's
a
what
bunch
I'm
of
saying.
kids.
If they about to get ready to get out the house, you
Well,
ain't
go
gonna
to
have a
Atlanta,
family,
man.
You know?
Move to Atlanta.
Why?
Cause they said like, yo, there's so many gay people down in Atlanta and
Why the
shit. And then like, but the women, you talking about the women, the 50K,
Why you
and they
just
don't
go
have no
straight
kids.
to?
So I'm just saying, like, yo, I'm just saying.
Move to Atlanta. I got all the gay
It's
people. in
I'm
Atlanta.
just saying, like,
A
yo,
lot of
go to
single
Atlanta,
women
man.
then
There's
is
a
what
lot
you
of
trying to
single
say.
women that is well off,
Uh-huh.
and they don't have because the pick of the litter is way different down there. That demographic is different down there. I'm telling you, I've been hearing this shit for decades before all this super like you know what I'm saying, gay shit or whatever like that.
I'm cool.
I'm telling you, man.
Can't tell.
I'm just saying,
difference.
man. Go down south, dog.
No, that's about to move to breed. Like I don't even want a family. Fuck, I'm gonna move to breed for.
You gotta breathe. You say you want somebody with 50K, my nigga, shit, and get the heat going.
We not gonna get married or nothing. Like I'm just saying those like parameters. I'm not looking for no family. I don't want one. Ain't in the cars. Like it ain't in the future.
Like me, I would say my limit would probably be 3, but like for me, it'll probably be more the fact of
3. Oof.
how many relationships have you been in as well, though. That's the big thing too. But it also goes down to what kind of relationships these been. Have you been married and then you had 2 kids and then you got a divorce, or like did you like how like was you hoeing or was you out here trying to start families that just didn't work?
That's why I don't even date anyway. I ain't never.
I mean,
even
that's
been in a
what it comes down to
relationship.
me.
I don't want to do none of that shit.
That's what it comes down to me.
I don't know. I ain't
I
never
would-
put a number. I ain't never put a number on this shit. Like I just, man, my biggest thing, man, is your kids don't be fucking respectful, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my
Kids
biggest shit.
suck. So
No, I mean, yo, I don't see.
All kids suck,
I
bro.
hate hearing that shit, man. But
they do.
I mean,
man. they do.
no, I guess, man. But I hate hearing that shit.
They
But
do.
like that be my biggest thing, man. Like,
You ever
yo,
seen a kid that didn't suck?
a lot? I saw a lot of youngins that's pretty on the up and up. Honestly, to
Bet
be
you
factual.
I bet you their parents don't think that. I bet you they don't.
I
even-
love my kids to death. They good kids. I don't know what
Give
you're
them
talking about.
Give them some time.
Oh no,
You know what you're
Give
talking
them some.
about.
Give them some time.
Oh no, I ain't gonna lie and say that
Give 'em some
motherfuckers don't get on my
They ain't
nerves.
perfect,
No, I
but
ain't gonna say they
they
don't get on my
kids.
fucking nerves, but I'm just saying, but it can. Oh my god,
Kids do
especially
shit.
when they get to.
Kids just do shit where you be like, what the
I mean, a 5-year-old gonna be a 5-year-old, but like
I'm talking about
but they
at
don't
all
even
ages.
like teenagers like they because they so stupid.
Teenagers
You know
are
what I'm saying?
stupid.
Like,
I
but
tell
but
you this
no,
all
but
the
some of them
time.
are good, man. But what I'm saying, like I mean,
But
like
they all
these
stupid.
teenagers. Not even talking about in house. I'm talking about just overall.
Yeah.
Like they stupid. I'm saying like they just don't. They don't got that. They don't got that.
I feel like
They don't got that street smart and book smart or whatever.
But
like,
you know,
they
everybody
rather,
don't
they rather
need
just
that.
blam it out. They rather just blam it out.
But everybody
instead of-
don't need that either though. Like that's something I had to like learn as like just looking at people that's younger than me. Like everybody don't need everything. Like if you didn't grow up in the streets, you don't need street smarts for real. Like that shit is overrated.
No.
Like and I'm gonna
that's the
tell
whole
you,
thing.
listen.
See, no,
I'm gonna tell you why it's overrated.
I'm gonna talk
Because
about
what
that.
is we talking street smarts? You don't need to know how to bag drugs. You
That-
don't
see,
like
that's-
all you need to know is how to pay the fuck attention.
See, that's
You feel me? Like people be like, you need streets. You really don't. Like I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck for you.
See, I'm
Like people be like you got real smarts. It ain't no fucking street smarts. Like street smarts ain't like bagging that's knowing how to measure shit. Like it ain't no real street smarts for real. Like that shit be like little ticky tacky shit that can get you in jail. Like what street smart shit can you apply to some real life shit that's really gonna help you? Like
what? I was saying about
actually,
the dating the Caucasian women. I would say, yo, like my street smarts would
what
outdo her street smarts.
But
I'm
what
saying
would the
as far
street
as
smarts
like, yo,
be, though?
babe, we can't keep our keys in the car while we run into
that
the
ain't
store.
street smarts. That's common sense. That's common sense.
Not depending on where you
'Cause
grew up. Like
No, it
some
ain't.
people don't lock their front doors. I'd be damned if I ain't lock all
gotta
three
be
of
a
my
man,
locks on my
look,
front
look.
door.
But that's common sense.
No, man, you gotta know what I'm saying. Like when I say street smarts, I ain't talking about bagging up or whatever.
The street is
that
the
weak
street.
ass
So
shit,
what is
whatever.
street smarts then?
Because guess what, man? Like street smarts is like if I'm 13 and I'm walking out of the house and I'm walking in the street, so I have to be mentally smart, street smart, to know
Look both
what's
ways.
going on. I ain't about crossing the street. No, I mean, all just aside, no, I'm for real. Like to know how to wiggle, like to analyze this and analyze that, like that it's a street smart and a book smart thing. It's two things. Like you can't. You got to
No,
be
it
a
ain't.
street scholar and a book. And you
Nope.
ain't got to be a street scholar and a
Nope.
book. See,
I used to
that's what
really
I'm saying,
believe
man.
that
I'm
shit.
telling you, man.
I used to really believe that
I
shit.
still
And then like
live
when we
by
think,
it, man.
cause look, when you be thinking about what streets, you just said walk out the house and pay attention to your surroundings. You ain't. There ain't nothing that's.
But that's what I'm saying. Kids
Everybody-
don't fucking do it.
That's
but
because you
everybody
looking
don't.
at your
fucking
phone,
street
but that's
smart,
not
dude.
street smarts. That's look up, nigga. Pay
No,
attention to your
that's
surroundings.
street
That's not
smarts.
street
Nigga,
smarts.
you in the fucking street.
Everybody
you
gonna
in the-
tell you that. That's
when
like
you
learning how
outside
to
this
cross
house,
the
you're in the
street.
street. No, it's not. When you outside, you're in the streets, man.
No,
like,
you're
yo,
not. When you outside,
like
you in
yo,
the real world,
street smarts. Like I said,
Being
when,
smart is being smart.
man. No,
Being stupid is being stupid. Not paying
Alright.
attention is not paying attention.
man. Street smarts.
Name
is,
another street smart thing.
A street smart is like when I was talking to you and Walt when we had Walt on. Shout out to Walt, nigga. When I said, hey, street smarts is knowing your shit. Oh, it's fucking December. It's basketball practice time, and guess what? We got out at 6. Oh, it's already dark. Oh, yeah, I gotta get on. Street smart is like knowing that I'm by King Kennedy or Outway or whatever the case may be, and I gotta hop on that whatever bus come first, and I gotta keep it moving. I gotta tuck my chain like it's like Debo coming or whatever and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
knowing
nigga,
your
that's street
surroundings.
smart, nigga. That's street smart.
That's knowing your surroundings.
But
You
every-
in a-
street
you in a
smarts,
bad
dude.
area, get out of it as soon as possible.
Different
But-
term, same thing. Bro.
Yeah, I feel like it. I
Different
feel like
term,
that
same
is.
thing,
Yeah,
man.
I
'Cause
feel
that
like
shit
it,
don't
I feel
exist.
like
That's
real,
what I
bruh.
say. Like, man, this going back from bad bitch versus dying.
I
it's
was
the
right
same
about
thing,
that
man.
too,
Street
man.
smart. No, he was not. He was definitely not right about that. God damn
I feel like it's a thin line between both. Like you said, like everybody in the hood ain't gonna tuck their chain, but if you street smart, you're gonna tuck your shit.
No, if
for
you
sure.
from the street, you not tucking your chain because you watching
I
what's
ain't
going
saying you
on.
from the
Niggas ain't tucking.
streets.
Ain't nobody tucking they fucking chains out here no more anyway.
I ain't talking about
period.
here.
Ain't
I ain't
nobody
talking about now.
tucking their
I'm
chains,
talking about my
period.
era, my nigga. Shit. I don't even wear jewelry. The only jewelry I wear is this fucking ring and a fucking watch. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't worried about. I ain't
But that's
worried about
that's
nothing.
just
I'm
knowing-
talking
that's just
about
knowing
when
your
I did have
surroundings. Like
said
it ain't
chains
really. It
or
like it ain't
whatever.
like it ain't even really no street smart shit to
It-
know
it's
out
a-
here no
it's-
more.
it's
man.
a
Like
different-
everything is out here. Ain't
It's a
nothing.
different verbiage.
There's
man.
no
But
secrets
everybody
to the
don't-
street and
Okay.
learning.
I
We
feel like
agree.
it, I
We
feel like
agree,
it's, I
disagree.
feel like it's secrets to the
We agree,
street if
disagree,
you
man.
haven't been in the
But
street.
you gotta
though.
know this shit, man.
Like-
It's
like
being a
back
product
to-
of the environment, man.
Back to what Joe said, if you 13-year-old, you leaving out of the house, some people won't notice if
He
there's
don't
a
fucking know.
goddamn van that's been following behind them for the prior
Right,
2 blocks.
exactly.
Like but if you're street smart, like you know where
You
you
can see,
come
like,
from and the
goddamn,
shit that you.
I saw that same fucking.
I want you to know
Caravan
that. I want
every
you to know that
fucking
day.
most of the young people that come up missing in this state and in this country be young black kids from the hood. Street smart my ass, my nigga. I'm not trying to hear that shit.
I
bruh.
mean, you
Bruh,
can
I'm
be
not trying to
aware of
hear
the shit.
that.
That don't mean you can't get caught
feel
up
me?
in some shit,
Alright.
you can see it's a van behind you. That don't mean
And
they ain't
look,
about to take
and
your
all
ass.
those other street smart motherfuckers that live on these streets and on these corners and everywhere ain't see that shit either, man. It ain't about street smarts. It's about knowing your surroundings. It's about opportunities. Period.
I feel like
that's
street
what,
smarts is knowing your surroundings.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a different.
but that's
we
regular
agreeing
life.
about the same shit though. It's not regular life
It ain't
because
no
some
street-
people is
we just
fucking
dead in that
stupid
shit.
with
It
that
ain't no
shit,
street
man.
smarts. That shit is dead. It ain't no
Man,
street
it
smarts.
is, man.
It's barely a street.
Okay,
I
you
would
can't
have
tell-
to
you
like
can't
I
tell.
would instill in my daughter
Well,
that
that's my
you
opinion,
don't
opinion.
as a street smart person. I would instill in my daughter, I've seen some shit, I've heard some shit that you haven't seen and you haven't heard. So if some guy tells you to come to the car because he needs directions to something,
Pull
you
out
don't
that
go to
thing,
the
dude.
car.
Fly.
That's being street smart.
You gotta
Uh,
tase that nigga.
Some people,
Straight up.
they won't tell their daughters that.
Street
you
smart,
know,
street
and-
smart. Just the simplest thing. A fucking street smart thing can be like when Diamond was catching the buzz a couple years ago. She, these kids like having both of their earbuds in up to the max,
Mhm.
not doing their or not being aware of their surroundings.
Mhm.
But street smart would be having one earbud out and fucking having your head in a fucking swivel.
Mhm.
That's just simple as that. That's what it's just a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, just like saying you look good or you got swag or you got. It's a different way of saying what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Common sense or whatever case you want to be, but common sense is one of the biggest things that people don't have. So I can't say I won't say that it's common sense to do said things because a lot of people don't, not even kids, like shit, it's grown folks that don't got common sense.
Mhm.
And they smart and some of these folks are smart, but they just don't have fucking common sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my opinion is as far as that. You know what I'm saying? But
All right, as long as
we can agree to disagree.
Then I'm right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Street smarts again, like my
Yeah,
brother,
there
I
you
tell him he blessed all the time. He did a lot of fucked up shit in his life, but he never got caught because I think he was street smart. Some people get
And-
caught up into some shit because they not street smart. They don't know how to look for advice, or they don't know how to look for
Yeah.
blah blah.
You can look at
They
different.
don't-
You can see different things.
It's
You can
just
see
a-
different
it's just a
things. Nigga,
different
that's street smart.
perspective,
Once again, you'll say your surroundings or whatever, but like sometimes it ain't the surroundings. Like no, street smart is like knowing how to pick a Vic or pick this and that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And for the record, when you said like, oh, what the fuck can you use about rolling up an ounce? I mean, not rolling up an ounce, but like scaling scales, whatever and shit. That's a lot in food service, nigga. The shit, you gonna be the best one. Like, hey, you know how to flip it from a gram to an ounce to a, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You already know the poundage. So actually, you're fucking smart. Most, you know what I'm saying, like some of these guys, you know what I'm saying, that was in the streets or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, like they actually have a lot of
Chemistry. Right. Yeah.
chemistry, and
That's
they
street
have a
smart.
lot
So
of
it's
stuff
just-
that's
it's just
very useful.
chemistry.
They have a lot of shit that's very useful. You know what I'm saying? Like for you to be a quote trap star or whatever and shit, like, yo, especially some of the fellas that I know, whatever and shit, like that shit could take you somewhere if you got a resume, I guess, to put behind it. I guess.
Man, there ain't nobody destined to
But-
be in the street. That shit goofy. All of that shit.
None no more. I mean, I guess none no more.
It
I
ain't-
feel like street smarts is just kind of a term. It's kind of
Yeah,
like
it's
a term for
it's a
common
term.
sense. For
Exactly.
real.
Yeah, that's
Depending
the-
on your
that's what I was
environment,
telling- that's
you
what I
have
was
to
telling
have
this
common sense.
That's what I was
on-
telling this fuck the whole goddamn time. So
on
I'm
your
saying,
environment.
Like,
It depends
yo,
on
you're
your
saying the same
environment,
fucking
though.
thing, man.
No.
Depends on your
But
environment.
once again, I come from a different era, even though you only a couple years younger than me, but I come from a
I
different
ain't never
era.
heard a
So
motherfucker
we
say they
street
wood
smarts,
smart.
nigga.
I ain't never heard a motherfucker say they camping smart.
country smart. Though.
I ain't
You
never
could
heard a
be country
motherfucker say
smart.
they was country smart.
I never heard
either.
it either,
You
but
feel me? I
if
ain't
you
tryna
put
hear
me in the
that
middle of the
shit,
country,
bruh.
like I fuck
Bruh.
around and get ate by a crocodile just because I,
I
think
would.
it's okay to go jump into this mud.
I had some fly ass
Dude,
boobs.
you would not survive.
Who,
in
me?
the fucking
Bruh,
nigga.
please.
Fuck
Ain't no
outta
such
here.
thing as being country
This
smart.
nigga, man.
Please. You
Fuck
just
outta
They
here,
put you in the middle
You
of the
just don't
woods,
believe-
Mark.
you
It'll
just
be
don't
tough.
believe
Exactly.
it.
It'll be
He
hard for you to survive.
He won't even
out
be able
there.
to. He won't even be able to fucking navigate.
Bro, I'll be out
navigate
there,
this
man.
bitch,
You don't
man.
even like y'all just ain't got.
There's
y'all don't
motherfuckers
even
out there that know how to
understand.
follow the stars in the
Right.
middle
I
of the
can do.
woods.
Why can't I do that? Why
Uh,
do y'all not think I can do that?
I put money on
That's
the
not the
fucking
environment that you live in, though.
we
So
can
I
do
wouldn't
it.
expect you to know how to do
I
that.
know all this shit.
We
I
can
Google.
do. Let's
I
go.
read,
We can
bro.
do it. No,
What?
no phones, no
Yeah,
nothing.
no
nigga.
phones or nothing, though.
I don't need no
I dump
phone.
you in the middle, my
I
nigga.
don't need no phone.
And
I'm
make
paying
it,
attention to this shit.
make it. Eyes closed. I mean, not eyes
Drop
closed.
me-
fuck
drop
it
me
up.
off where?
I'm
Where we
dropping
going?
right in the middle. I don't know. We'll find some
Take
fucking
you out to
woods.
Camp Lejeune,
We'll take
North
some-
Carolina.
We'll take you some
It's
res-
his
we- no, we'll take you
birthday.
some reservation
Take me
or something like
anywhere.
that, like some
Take
type
me
of reservation and
anywhere.
shit. Man,
Take me
fuck
anywhere.
outta here,
Take
man.
me anywhere. I got my own knife. Niggas see me out here. I come back, y'all. I'll be frying bacon.
Yeah.
Squirrel bacon.
I bet
It's a
you
hell of a
would,
transition, man. Let's just say that, like, you know.
I can do everything.
Hey man, hey look, it's good. It's good to have that fucking just that
Everything.
call it that aura to be like, yeah, I can do everything.
I can.
All right, man. Well,
You ever fished with your hands?
Yes.
exactly. fuck.
Caught
Man.
Caught a trout. Bow.
Yeah,
Just like
right.
that.
You wouldn't even know how to catch a fish. They put your ass in
Just
the
like
middle.
that. Just like
somewhere.
that. I can catch fish. That's what's crazy. I know
Hey,
how to
man.
You know how to start a fire without
Yes.
matches in the lighter?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. What else?
No,
I'll
you don't.
see it to
No,
believe.
you
I think you
fucking
just
don't.
Any more
say.
questions? Yes. I told
No,
you
you
I could
don't.
do everything.
Yeah, I
This
know,
the thing.
exactly.
People
Alright,
be
Superman.
people be thinking I can't do shit because like I just don't be wanting to do shit. It's like just because I don't want to do
I
it
ain't
don't
said-
mean
I
I have
ain't-
not
I ain't even
absorbed the
saying that.
knowledge and the experience to do.
I
I ain't even
certain
saying
things.
that.
It said that country lifestyle is different than that street lifestyle.
give me-
So
the
I
country
think
lifestyle
it's
is
a
way-
it's
Just
a
give me
thin
a-
line between.
Just give me a
you
knife
know,
and I'm gonna go
street
out here
smarts.
and I'm gonna mass murder small animals and I'm gonna eat them and then I'm gonna come back.
How you gonna catch that squirrel
Good
though?
I'm gonna hit that nigga with a rock like we
You
do.
ain't gonna hit
like
no
you hit
squirrel.
bitches in the-
Squirrel got hella agility. You
Hey,
ain't
squirrels
hitting
got,
no
you
squirrel, no
ain't
rock.
never killed the animal.
You got to catch
You
that
ain't never been
motherfucker. You got
outside.
to trick that
So
motherfucker.
you ain't never been outside throwing
Don't let
rocks
this
at
nigga troll
animals.
you, man. All you doing is trolling, man.
You ain't never been
trolling,
outside
man.
throwing rocks at animals.
Hey,
you ain't
man.
never.
I used to sleep in the
you ain't never
goddamn
killed-
woods.
You
And
ain't never killed a bird with a rock.
Nah, Pelican.
Pigeon wings. We in here.
nah.
Alka-Seltzer.
You
You
don't
gonna have
want
to
it
you
to-
gonna have
you
to
don't
trick
want
because
So,
nature don't make a lot of mistakes. They've been doing that shit for
Exactly,
years
and
years.
it's
and
me or them.
years.
Nigga, somebody got to die. If
Mhm.
not, I can eat some plant and figure this shit out, bro.
What plant?
The
Oh,
You
plants
know
that
some
don't-
shit
the plants
poisonous.
that-
You
the
know there's a
plants
lot
that
of shit
don't
out there
kill
that's
you.
poisonous.
Right.
Hey,
You know,
look,
a lot of shit out there
survival
we
of fittest.
can't
Nothing can
digest.
stop me.
Good luck.
Nothing can stop
I'm
me.
just saying it's a way of life. You gotta have that country smart too if you out there. You gotta have street
Exactly.
smart if you out here. I couldn't take
That's a new word.
I could-
Country smart. We just started that shit.
Yeah, definitely. I wrote it down too.
Yeah,
I got
our
it down.
shit.
We never gonna hear it because the country motherfucker ain't gonna never say that shit. But
They
you
gonna be
know.
like, "What's country
But
smart?"
you
Bruce?
can't take fucking Bob from out of the middle of bumfuck North Carolina and put him in the middle of the hood and expect that nigga to survive.
He would though. Niggas will love Bob.
That
in the
nigga
hood.
get ate up.
Niggas will love Bob.
He
in
wouldn't
the
have a
hood.
dollar to his name. They'd go in his shit, go in his pockets.
Niggas
He'd
will
be
love
walking
Bob
around
in
his
the
shit
hood.
with underwear.
Nigga be
on.
like, Bob, build this.
Bob would be
build
trying to
that.
be too friendly to
Yeah,
everybody, and
yeah,
they'd catch his
they
ass
did wave
lacking.
because
Yeah, we did.
country
Hey,
wave
niggas
and
did
shit,
steal
you know
a
what I'm
piece. Niggas did steal a piece of truck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Niggas
you
steal
right. All
shit
right,
all
never
day. I'm
mind.
just saying,
Nigga,
Bob ain't gonna
He was the
survive.
only person to deliver pizza in the hood. They took all the pieces out that bitch.
Yeah.
So I think, I think,
Damn, Bob.
I think it's a little bit different. I mean, like going city to country a little bit.
Not only city to country. I'm talking
think
about
it's
from
easier
the
country.
hood to the country.
No,
Could you-
well,
you
well,
could
I mean,
adjust
like,
from
like,
city
it's
to
hood
the
country,
country
bro.
'cause
Like hood to
Yeah,
the country,
country
like
with
it's just like it's
we
just
got turkeys and deers
roads
and shit. It's the same.
It's
shit.
road. Nah, I ain't just saying. No,
It's not
no.
the same.
Living in the sticks, man. Like, I lived
I used to
in the
live in North
sticks.
Carolina for
I lived in
3
the
years.
sticks too,
No,
man.
North Carolina. I mean, North Carolina I lived in four.
Yeah, I was
I
a
lived
cat
four.
for, like,
but Virginia,
a
I lived
whole
in
week,
too.
bro.
Like, I lived in the sticks, like a small town. I lived in a small town for like 2 years
I
and
was
shit.
in the
Like,
tent.
and like when you say you got to go in town, like that's how I
It's
live.
real
Like
life
I
shit.
live next to cow pasture.
You've been on Lejeune, right?
I
Right?
raised, yeah. I live, yeah
All right,
yeah,
so
I
you know
live in
Sneeze
Lejeune.
Ferry back at the
Yeah,
gate
yeah,
is
the
one
back
cop
gate,
back there,
Yeah. I
and
used to
he
live-
works every other day.
I used to live on what it used to be a BP right there and shit, like where the food line and shit at,
Yeah.
in the plaza. I used to live down. Going, if you go down, like you headed towards sharpshooters and shit.
Mhm.
Like if you go all the way down, I think at 17, I believe. Because 24 is the road, the main road, like where the main gate and shit. I believe that's 24, like where the marathon, whatever. Right? But anyway, I live the back gate. I live out. I live.
Yeah, so I stay
down
on the
the
back
road
gate
from
too.
there, you know what I'm
And
saying? I live
one thing
out
that I noticed, me being street smart, I seen it was one cop
Yep.
for the whole goddamn back gate Sneeze Ferry, and he worked every other day type shit, and he sat at the same spot every day,
I commit
and
a
it's
crime
just
every
like,
other day.
yo, like. You could do whatever the fuck you want back here because I know your whole schedule for real. Like, and there's only one of you motherfuckers. So it's like me being street smart, me looking at my surroundings. It's like, damn, like anything could happen back here. It's dark. It's, we in the middle of nowhere. Like, I call 911. This motherfucker probably got to get dressed before, and come help me. That's how it is. Like, he got to put on his shit, warm up the car, and like then come out. Like, so it's like,
I'm en route.
yeah. So that's just something that I noticed when I was in the sticks, like I said,
Well, let's speaking of sticks, let's put a stick in this shit and wrap it up, man. Jeremy, I appreciate See, that's the thing, man. If you say fucking pause, you make it gay. You know what I'm saying? That's all he's saying. Like, if you say pause, you make it gay.
Let's put a stick in it.
We about to put a stick in this shit. What I said, and get the fuck up out of here.
Bad.
This is goddamn. This is the shit show that we do. Anyhow,
Put
hey
a
man,
stick in this shit. And
this
shit
Bruise,
shut.
man. Thank you for coming on, Jeremy, dog. Once again, happy birthday to my Devil Dogs.
Do the sound,
Tomorrow,
y'all gotta do the sound.
happy Veterans Day, because it'll be after tomorrow, whatever, Monday or whatever, because we're recording on Sunday. And y'all be safe though.
Hey, appreciate y'all guys for having me too.
Oh yeah, thank you for coming.
I had a good time. I was able to get my thoughts off. You know, that's hard for me, so I was able to get my thoughts off. So hey,
well, we
hope you guys have me back sometime.
Oh no, we good. Anytime, shit. Like we get it together. We getting people in here. Get people in here and whatnot. Just anybody, man. It's an open platform, dog. And we figuring it out. We gonna try to make this shit shake. And with that being said, man, it's the Bruisery Podcast.
Oh, before we get out of here, one more time. My bad. I just want to say thanks to the people that's been listening and like retweeting and stuff and everything like that. I really appreciate that. A couple people that let me know they just subscribe. That's cool. We are on SoundCloud and on YouTube, so everybody like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good shit. And now we can go into the outro.
Shout out to Bree Baby too.
There we go.
That's baby girl.
I
love
it. Shout out to I'm not doing that.
All right, with that being said, man, later haters.
I am a sex symbol. I am a sex symbol.